A lot of people, they probably get started in business when they're like maybe fresh out of college, and you're coming at this like, no, we've done our career thing and like we're gonna get it. What's brought you to that point of saying we're going all in and opening a restaurant?
Well, it's definitely something that we've talked about for as long as I can remember. I think things have just kind of fallen into place timing wise.
Yeah, I think I've been planning out one for about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, it kind of a few different kind of concepts. This was probably the one we're doing. It's probably the one I most wanted to do. Just been thinking about it for a long time, probably overthinking it for a long time too. And then, with COVID hitting and stuff, it just kind of also put a stop on things for a little bit. I'm Jeff Schwenker.
And I'm Sarah Schwenker, and we are opening Marrow in Rochester, Minnesota.
In October 2020, I invested in a historic building in downtown Rochester. There's real potential to take what was office space and convert it into a completely new use. Good, yeah. Met with Rory here yesterday or the day before. We're working on the HVAC plan. So hopefully we can get approval from the city. A lot of people may know it as Patterson-Dahlberg for many years, a law office, but we have taken the steps to gut it, to get the exposed brick brought back out into the space for what could become. We don't have an exact use just yet, but we wanted to get you in here to get a sneak peek so you can see the progress over the next couple months. We're talking to a few small businesses that hopefully will be able to reactivate this space and make it something great for downtown. Jeff and Sarah, I want to say, either called or emailed, and they had asked about probably a specific building. I can't name one specific building, but at that point in time, we start to go on this journey of what are you looking for? What's some ideal type of things you look for in a building?
We looked at over a dozen different spaces.
And I do remember distinctly, we went through one building over off of 7th Street that used to be like pet daycare. And so if you can imagine the smell of pets, kennels within the building for dogs. And I was like, I can't quite see what you want to accomplish within this property, but I see what you are envisioning for the neighborhood and how this has potential for people that are living nearby to walk to your restaurant. At some point, we walked into what is now Marrow Restaurant. This building was last used as a injury lawyer office.
And it was perfect.
The very tightness of it all, it's going to be a cozy restaurant, and that's what we kind of wanted to make kind of feel like our living room kind of, or our dining room at our house.
It was very divided into individual offices, had a reception area, and I'll be honest with you, I did not see what they saw, and they walked in and pretty quickly said this has potential.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this would be like a dream space if it was like this.
We're here at 332 Broadway South in downtown Rochester. This is the building that will be hosting Marrow for the foreseeable future. We loved the downtown location, the amazing brick building here. Just fell in love with it the first time we saw it. We'll head right on in. We just wanted to give you a little tour of the space, see the progress and idea of what things are going to look like. Over on the left-hand side, you'll see the makings of the bar, where you'll be able to sit and have some drinks, beverages, a fun bar menu there too. On the right-hand side, we'll have tables up against the beautiful brick wall, kind of all down the length of the space. And then that will lead right into the kitchen.
Yeah, right in the back of the restaurant will be a kitchen counter with about 6 seats you'll be able to sit at the counter. So this area over here is our cooking area. We'll have a French top style range and oven, and then a 4-burner range and oven, and a little flat top, a deep fryer, and then a salamander broiler on the wall.
You know, this being our first project, everything is so new. The whole entire process in itself.
Yeah, I've probably been a part of a half dozen restaurant openings from the beginning, but I've never been on. It's usually like right when we get in there, start cleaning stuff or testing out dishes or something. I've never been on construction side and all that, permitting and all that stuff. So it's a lot to do. Right underneath the counter where people will be sitting will be a cooler, and we'll be plating on this side. And then kind of dessert salads over on that side. And that little cubby over there is kind of a reach and cooler and freezer. This will be probably the best view any kitchen I've ever worked in. You don't get sunlight actually. And then people walking by will be able to kind of look in and see what we're doing. See people sitting at the counter.
Jeff, for you, is the culinary experience cooking for people, like, did that start later in life?
My mom wasn't the best cook, and she'd probably admit that. So it's kind of where I started just kind of screwing and watching the Food Network or watching like Julia Childs or something on PBS or something. Voila! We just go to Hy-Vee and grab random weird ingredients. Usually mess them up pretty bad, and then kind of went from there.
And Sarah, how about your culinary experience?
Yeah, so I started working in restaurants when I was in high school, and just kind of continued on through there. Worked in all different areas. I served, I managed the kitchen, the front of the house, and really enjoyed my experience there. Most recently, I worked for a Minnesota-based restaurant group, and I was a sales and event coordinator. And I really enjoyed kind of that creative freedoms that you got with creating events.
What brought you to Rochester? Are you from here? Did you move here?
Yeah, we're both originally from Rochester, and then moved up to Minneapolis.
Yeah, we were up there for a few years, and
yeah, and I went to La Cordon Bleu.
Decided that we wanted to come back to Rochester. Our families are still here, an extended family, and we were interested in seeing what the culinary community was doing here in Rochester.
Yeah, we wanted to bring something down here from our experiences up there.
Right at the crossing of the river coming into Rochester, one of the oldest structures in Rochester. We really needed their help.
I feel like we've been very lucky that we have a community of people that are so supportive.
We did a lot of planning up front without knowing if we were actually going to move forward, and that took buy-in. As we continue through the process, we're getting over some major hurdles.
It was a typical day for Sarah and Jeff Schwanker Sunday until they heard a deafening sound.
All of a sudden we just heard a loud, almost like an explosion behind us.
Des jeux de cristal.